Hey everybody, Sharon Smith here. Today I want to take us through some EFT, some tapping to help you love yourself more. And this is a thing that a lot of us struggle with, and I hear you. I do it too sometimes. I will be doing something and all of a sudden realize that wasn't a very kind thing to say to myself. So we want to work with this. We are all work in progress, which is a cool thing. And I have a way that I've found to work with this that makes it a little bit easier. Now, most of you who are watching this are probably familiar with tapping. If you're not, I have a link to my homepage and I have a great video there that explains what we're about to do. But basically, we're going to use our electrical system in our body and we're going to tap on some acupuncture meridian endpoints and we're going to talk out loud and we're going to shift our energy. This causes an actual change in our electrical system and in our brains when we do this. So, back to what I started to tell you, when I have times that I find I'm really not loving myself, I can go in and say, okay, here's the way I see this. Something is going on, and while I do love you, I may not like what's going on. And a good analogy for that is when someone that you love, it can be maybe a spouse, significant other, one of your children, a parent even, a great friend, and you really love this person unconditionally. But they're doing or saying something and you don't like it and it kind of makes you mad. And in that moment, when that happens, you don't stop loving that person. But you may not like them in that moment. And so that's my workaround for this. I can say, okay, self, whatever it is here, I don't like this, whatever it is that's going on, but I do still love you. And I think that will help a lot of you who really struggle with this. Now, when we're tapping through these points, and we do start saying things like, I completely love and accept myself, I cannot tell you how many times I've had clients actually just stop and pretty much be unable to say those words because they're not true for them. And when that happens, I tell them just calm down, it's okay. You don't actually have to believe what you're saying in this moment. All you need to do is continue to make use of this mind-body tool, keep tapping, and go ahead and say the words along with me. You don't have to believe it. And once you begin to work with this a little bit, your energy will shift and you will eventually begin to start believing it. And then it will become more real for you. You can get back to loving yourself. You really can. So we're going to tap a little bit, and I would like to encourage you to be sure that you have looked below here where it says show more and that you've had a look at my disclaimer. That's a rule for tapping with me. I've got the link to my website down there, and I've got also the link to my new Facebook group. And it's just a public group. You just answer a couple of easy questions about being nice to each other in the group. Those are the rules for getting in. And I work live in this group twice a week, every Tuesday, every Friday at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And we're having a lot of fun in there. I'm enjoying it enormously, and I think a lot of people are getting a little help in there. It's great. The other thing I'd like to ask you to do is to please subscribe to me here. Because if you like and subscribe, what happens is that YouTube has an algorithm that causes my work to be shown to more people based on having more subscribers. And that means essentially that someone who's never seen my work before and doesn't know anything about this might see one of my videos just because you took a second to like and subscribe. So I think that's kind of a cool thing. So go ahead and do that. Take a second. Just subscribe. Nothing bad happens from it, I promise. So tapping. Oh, I don't think I can really love myself. I'm just not perfect. I think I have all these things wrong with me. But I choose to be okay anyway, because I completely love and accept myself. Even though I just don't really feel like I love myself. I don't think that's true. But I choose to be okay anyway. And I'm open to the possibility that I might maybe be able to really love myself at some point. It's really even hard to say those words. I almost can't do it. I wonder if it's possible that I'm not the first human being who's ever struggled with not loving themselves. Maybe it's possible that I've said or done some things that I'm not really proud of. I may have said or done some things that were hurtful to other people. Oh, yeah, I probably am the very first human being on the planet who ever hurt somebody else. And I know that's not true. Maybe it means that I'm human and that we're all work in progress and I'm no different. Maybe I could be a little bit gentler with myself and look at those things I may have said or done and when I do that, instead of withholding love from myself, maybe I could say, gee, I don't really like you much right now, but I do completely love and accept you, just the way you are. Because I understand at a deep level that loving myself is one of my jobs in this life. It isn't always easy. But the more I'm able to love myself, the happier I'm going to be with my life and my relationships. And the more I'm able to love other people. Because love forms a big loop. And what I'm putting out comes back around to me. I want that to be love. And I allow myself to begin to really love myself. Knowing that, yeah, I'll probably do or say something again that isn't consistent with that. But instead of using that to beat myself up about it, beat myself up with it. I'm going to be gentle with myself and say, oh, I don't like it, but I do love you, and it's okay. We're okay. Because I know that the one who made me decided that the planet needed one of me to be here. And that's a pretty cool thing. So maybe I'm here to do some good stuff. Like learning to really love myself. I allow myself to begin to be open to that. It feels good to love myself more. And I choose to do more of it every single day now because I completely love and accept myself. Peace. Okay, see how that landed for you guys? Come back, do this one often. If you're having a bad day, you may need to do it more than once. I'm here for you. So again, thank you for doing this with me today. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah!